Hello, I'm Jason Chichi. I'm the director of MovieMaker, a film program that happens at the historic SHU Community Theater in downtown Fairfield. Today, we are talking to a couple of our 2025 filmmakers who are in the process of editing their movies, and we're going to ask them what their experience has been like at MovieMaker this summer. I have here Chase and Andrew. Andrew is a return movie maker. This is his second time doing MovieMaker, so I'm going to just, pick their brains a little bit about what their experience has been like this summer. Andrew, this is your second time doing MovieMaker.
Yep.
Was there anything new, surprising that you learned, or did you get to dig deeper into something you wanted to do this year?
I guess more digging into directing and
Really?
acting and stuff, and also kind of more of like the getting things rolling with like the horror kind of aspects.
Yeah, you like horror.
Of course, yep.
Can't relate. I'm not a horror guy.
You're not a horror guy.
No,
your film is very different than Andrew's.
Yes.
But you said you got into directing more. Did you like working with the actors?
Yeah, like kind of like making controlling how the story goes.
Yeah.
Mostly like having a vision and kind of executing it through the camera and like your actors and all that.
Right. Yeah, you both wrote your films. You both directed your films. You're in your film briefly.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do a spoiler alert. But what was that experience like to see your film come to life?
It's always interesting to see it like come to life. It's also like writing music. Like you have an idea and you execute it and like watch the pieces slowly come together as you go on.
Right. Chase, What was it like? You're a first-time movie maker, but had you made any movies before?
I mean, I had done previous film stuff before, but nothing this like high tech and serious. And I mean that in the best way possible because it's been an incredible experience, really learning all three phases: the pre-production, the production, and the post-production. This week has been so fascinating, trying to become a savant on Adobe Premiere. That's been something I've always wanted to dive into, but now this has given me an excuse to, and it's been a lot of fun to kind of learn along the way. But yeah, I mean, I just had a lot of fun with this, and I truly think that, kind of as Andrew just said, watching all the pieces just come together has really been a joy.
Yeah, especially when it's a story you create out of your imagination, and you actually get actors to get up in front of the screen and act it out for you. What part of the filmmaking process did you really surprisingly love?
I think I had a feeling I loved the writing part just because I do love writing. I write stories all the time. Most of the time they're like, nonfiction stories about sports, but I always love creative writing as well. So I knew I'd like that. I think kind of what surprised me is I did not know how much I would love directing. I thought always that I would much rather be like in front of the camera, and even though I've never been like some crazy incredible actor, I feel like I've always thought that was more what I loved. But I thought being behind the camera and kind of having the control of where your story's going to go and kind of creating it and also determining where it's going to end up, I kind of like that control piece as the director.
Yeah,
I think that's not something I thought I'd like.
Yeah, you certainly like that, right? So what are your favorite films, Andrew?
Probably would have to say Scott Pilgrim versus the World from 2010, I believe. Just really funny, really like action packed, but also the original 1996 Scream.
I know you like that one because your film last year was semi-inspired by it, right?
Yeah, semi-inspired. Like again, like love horror. Like could pop on a horror movie any year, not just during Halloween.
Yeah.
Right.
But you also like the comedy.
I love like the comedy and like some comic booky action too.
Right. I love the tone of your films. They're sinister, but they're funny.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a hard that's a hard blend
to
make work. Chase, what are your favorite movies?
Oh my gosh, it's so tough. I think the 80s was probably the best era for movies, if you want me to be honest. I think that era of Back to the Future, Rocky, Karate Kid. I mean, you could keep going down the list. There's so many I'm leaving out. Ghostbusters, was that in the 80s?
Sure.
Yeah,
That was.
There are so many in the 80s that were so great. To me, I'm actually going to bring it more modern. I think my favorite movie as of late was actually Top Gun Maverick, the new Top Gun that they brought out, because I think a lot of people raved over the original Top Gun, how those effects just were so fascinating to the audience when they were in the theater. Then you see the next one in the theater, and it's even more advanced. And actually, I look back at the old Top Gun, and obviously now, just 40 years later, and seeing these effects come to life, it doesn't feel as powerful.
Right.
And in 40 years, this Top Gun won't feel as powerful either. But I think that seeing those effects come together and feeling that same way about Top Gun that my parents did when they were my age was kind of a really cool thing, and I thought they did the movie really well.
Fantastic. Do you think you're going to continue to make movies, guys, or is it something you're interested in?
It's interesting, yeah. I'm probably more as a fallback, and probably more as like a secondary thing. Like in case music doesn't work, I can do something in film. So
Fantastic.
like, yeah, main passion is music. Been playing guitar for like 7 years as of now. So,
Good for you.
Awesome.
So yeah,
That's great.
So yeah, going for music, but probably a fallback with film.
All right.
I'm
Chase?
not as musically gifted. This is what I
This is your
rave
thing.
about. This is podcasting, all this stuff. So, look, I mean, I love to be a sports reporter. That's my dream. But film I've always been so fascinated about. And I think that while they're different, I think anything where you have to work with writing and being behind the camera, which is oftentimes intersects with TV and reporting as well, I think they kind of all intertwine with each other. And so, look, you'll see what the future holds. I love this, but I think overall, doing something with a microphone, with a camera, that's all in my alley.
I can see it happen for you, Chase.
Thank you.
Well, it's been our pleasure to have you at MovieMaker this summer. Thank you for joining us. We're going to record future episodes of our 2025 MovieMaker movies coming up soon. Thank you so much.